What's up everyone and welcome back for another discussion video. My goal is going to be to create a discussion in the comments about how we all feel about video game guides, strategy guides, and just overall receiving help while doing a first blind playthrough of a game. If you're new here, I am doing a giveaway on my channel. When I get to 150 subscribers, I'm going to be giving away a $50 digital code for either Xbox, Steam, PlayStation, or Switch. To be entered, all you have to do is be a subscriber, like this video, and leave a comment. Started thinking about gaming guides in depth as I've really switched from competitive games to more story-based RPG, more thought-provoking games than competitive games tend to be. And also, as I made the trophy hunting video, if you want to go check that out, I made a video about trophy hunting, and if you look in the comments, there's a lot of discussion about how we all feel about trophy hunting around here. So that really got me thinking about guides. Like, when do we use guides? Are they helpful? Are they considered cheating? Are they frowned upon in the community? I really want to know you guys' thoughts after this video. First and foremost, I want to say that growing up, even though I mostly played competitive games, I played like Call of Duty, Grand Theft Auto Vice City, and things like that. I always loved getting strategy guides. And, I think for me as a kid, it wasn't mostly about the strategy part of it. It was like having a book with all the artwork and the storytelling and being able to look at every nook and cranny in the game. I never, at that age, which I was very young, like 10 or 11, never used them the way they were meant to be used. But I would love to see strategy guides come back. I mean, obviously they got kicked out of the market by the internet because now you can Google anything and there's a wiki page for it. But like, raise your hand if you would rather have like a physical copy of a strategy guide. Let me know down below. I really miss them. Now if I go to like retro stores and stuff, I can see them and pick them up. They're kind of pricey now. I mean, as they should be because they're collectible at this point. But I really miss them and I would love to see them come back, especially as the games are expanding and getting more in depth. I know it would take a lot of work by developers and it would take a commitment from the community to like not use wiki as much and instead invest in these physical copies. I don't know, that's just me. I miss them and I would really love to see them come back. So in thinking about gaming guides for this video, there are a couple different kinds. There's the wiki kind. Like if you think about Stardew Valley, it has like a list of all the plants and how much they're worth and when to sell them and things like that. Could easily be put into a strategy guide, which it has been. It's called the Stardew Valley Community Guide if you'd like to look into that. It's kind of hard to get. I haven't been able to get my hands on a copy yet, but it's there if you want it. There's also walkthrough strategy guides where the sole purpose of it is just to walk you through the game if you get stuck. There are trophy hunting guides where they also walk you through the game, but they make sure you don't miss any trophies along the way. And there are also guides that focus on tips and tricks, like how to get the most money or how to improve your gear score and things like that. So when thinking about strategy guides, gaming guides, walkthrough guides, whatever it is, there are so many different kinds of them. I'm sure I left some out. If I left some out, let me know in the comments below some of your favorite gaming guides and what kinds that you usually look at if you do use them. So with all that being said, it begs the question, do gaming guides ruin the experience for the player who's going through for the first time? I really want to know you guys' thoughts on this because it's something that I really didn't start thinking about until recently as I've started to play more non-competitive games. There are definitely times that I've been recording that I've had to chop out like 30 to 40 minutes because I was really stuck and it took me a long time to figure whatever it is out. I could see if I wasn't recording and didn't make a commitment to not looking things up that I would easily Google it out of frustration. Do you guys think that takes away from the experience? I mean, I say like maybe it depends on the game and it obviously depends on the player, but if you're so stuck that you're not enjoying the game, then I would say like, it's up to you. If it doesn't ruin your experience, then it doesn't matter. The one risk you take, I feel like when looking up hints and stuff like that is spoilers. Like you might get spoiled, or also the game might be trying to teach you something, like a certain way to look at the game. I know for sure in Resident Evil, I learned a lot by being stuck. Like now I learned like what I need to look for, what I need to be focusing on, what certain colors I might need to, be looking for and such. That would lead me in the right direction. So I definitely think not using a gaming guide, there's a lot to be learned from the experience, but also if you're so stuck that it's not fun, like why bother, I think that some people get like an ego off of not using gaming guides, and I don't think that's fair. There's definitely, that kind of thing in the community where people are like frown upon those who look things up for help, but also just keep in mind that there's all different kinds of players out there in the world, and if it doesn't ruin their experience, you know, it doesn't really make you better than them. At the end of the day, you both loved the game just as much. So I don't know, that's just some of my thoughts on that. The biggest thing that I've heard around the community about gaming guides is that some people argue that it's cheating. I'm gonna have to go with no, I don't think it's cheating. I mean, is there a different story to be told between someone, so let's take person A, who plays a 15-hour game and it takes them 25 hours because they got really stuck, they explored every corner, you know, they figured it all out themselves, they didn't use a gaming guide, they didn't touch anything, right? And then you take another player who did the game that was supposed to be 10 hours and like 9 hours or even 8 hours because they just used the guide the whole way through. Like, yeah, those two experiences are going to be very different. And I would much rather have the experience of the person who took 10 extra hours exploring and getting to know the game than the person who rushed through using a gaming guide. Is it cheating though? I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I don't think it's cheating. When I think of cheating, I think of like hackers in Overwatch, but maybe that's my competitive side coming out. So let me know down below what you guys think about that, if you think it's cheating. I definitely think it's, again, it goes back to the experience that the player's wanting to get. The only time I could see myself doing, like, using a walkthrough is if there's a game that I'm really wanting to review or that, you know, I just feel like I should play for some reason, even though this is already sounding like a waste of time, but I'm not really enjoying the game and I just want to complete it to see it through, then yeah, I can absolutely understand that. But at the same time, there are so many games out there that we shouldn't be wasting our time on that. So this whole thing comes full circle as I just talked about trophy hunting. Oh, I don't know if there's a way to 100% a game like The Witcher or like Ghost of Tsushima or like, you know, things with lots and lots of collectibles or even like choice games where you have to make a certain amount of right choices to get the perfect ending. I don't know how people would do that without a guide. And also I've heard, because I'm new to trophy hunting, that there are trophies that can be missed and you basically have screwed up. You know, you have to restart the game in order to get that trophy. I could definitely see using a guide for that. You know, I'm not picturing someone sitting with their controller in one hand, guide in the other hand, and just doing everything, going back and forth, you know? Like, I think that you could, like, review it, see what it says coming up ahead, and then just have that in mind. Maybe it would improve the experience of trophy hunting. For my trophy hunters out there, let me know, do you guys use a guide? How do you feel about using a guide for trophy hunting? Do you feel like it's helpful? I want to know. So let's just sum this all up about how I feel about gaming guides. I personally think they're a wonderful thing. The people who make them take so much time to sit down and learn every nook and cranny of the game. Their whole goal is to help out other players, and I really admire that. And I think that we should be appreciative of gaming guides. I don't think that they're cheating. For me personally, I don't like to use them often, especially when I'm recording. I like to try to figure things out for myself. But in the future, if I'm getting stuck for as long as I have sometimes, you know, I might be more okay with looking things up. It just feels weird, I think, because of the response the community has had about gaming guides and, like, some people being more superior than others. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Like, people are all different kinds of players, you know? And so I really value what you all have to say in response to this video, because I really want to know more about what the community thinks, because I think my perception might be a little bit wrong about that. But for me personally, off of YouTube, I play games too, and I have no problem using a guide. I don't do it often, but also, like, for example, I'm going to go back and do another playthrough of A Plague Tale, and I'm probably going to look things up because I missed a lot, and I'm going to need help getting those things, and I don't see anything wrong with that. So now it's your turn. I've asked a lot of questions in this video, so let me know down below your answers. I can't wait to talk with you guys. I love you all so much. I appreciate this community. We're small, but we're growing, and I'm so happy for everyone who's here. I look forward to talking to all of you all, and I'll see you in the next video. Stay tuned for my Patreon screen.